of what we're doing to paint the Conscendo Scout here. I don't have the wing put on yet. I think I'm going to do most of this, put the wing on and finish it because it's just easier to get to the bottom parts of the fuselage and the wing here. What we're going to do is we're going to put on polyacrylic, and that is like a polyurethane coat sealer that you'll see. The thing with this is it's water-based. The way you can tell something is water-based or like oil-based is by looking at the cleanup instructions. It says right here, clean up with soap and water. So that means it's water soluble. It's really easy to use. They got the instructions here, large for older people like me, I guess. But it's really, you just put this over your plane, a couple coats, and it'll seal it and supposedly help keep hanger rash away and stuff. But I bought this a couple years ago, and I got a really good deal on it, but I didn't realize that this is clear matte, which is a dull finish. They've got gloss and they got semi-gloss or satin, I think they call it. And when I saw that I bought the wrong one, well, it's not really wrong. It's just you'd use this for, say, a warbird if you don't want a nice shiny surface. But when I saw that, I hadn't used it, and I wanted to use it and see what it did, because there's people that swear by this. You can take this and put it on a brand new plane, take it out of the box, put a couple coats of that on, and it'll seal it all up. It also seals the stickers on there too, so that's one thing I'm doing. I've got stickers, and just simple ones. I used to put bunches of stickers on planes. I might use this one, I don't know. I got flying tigers, and I've got like nose art, so I might put stickers on, but you can do that before you put the polyacrylic on, and that will seal the stickers on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it after, let it all dry, and then put stickers on it. That way I can take them off again, or if they peel off or something. But anyways, the next step is taking the top off and stirring. It says stir, do not shake. So I'm going to go find something to stir it up with, pry the top off with a screwdriver. So let me get that done. Okay, so I got this open. Stir it up with this chopstick here. And it really didn't need to stir that much. I'm surprised. This is, like I said, a couple years old. But now we're going to try it. I've done like polyurethane, which is what this is. This is water-based. Polyurethane is like an oil-based type of thing. And one of the reasons I'm using this water-based is because this paint isn't oil-based, and the marker that's highlighted here is a alcohol base. So basically all I'm doing is I'm using these sponge brushes. I've got a couple smaller ones here, just to try to get an even coat of this. It's really all I want. It's a nice even coat. The more obviously you put on, the more weight it's going to add, but that shouldn't be all that big a deal. And like I said, you can use this on brand new plane. Take an E-flite plane out of the box, you can coat it in that, and supposedly it helps with hanger rash. That's why I wanted to try it. But when I've used polyurethane before, these are flat colors. It should bring the color out a little bit in this. I've also painted this with white flat paint in some parts, and it might even make it stand out a little bit more, but we'll see. I mixed it all up. Like I said, we just want to try to get an even coat of this. I was going to kind of tape that up, but I don't think I'm going to be. See, as I put this on, it's not making any of this smear, because this isn't a water-based paint. I don't know if you can see that. But it's showing up pretty shiny for a matte finish is what it said. So we'll see what we get after we coat the whole thing. You can see you don't really need a lot. And I'm sure if you get this in connectors or wires, it won't be good. I don't want to get it in where my VTX goes here. Let me work on that a little bit and I'll get back. Okay. So we got one coat on the fuselage there of the Conscendo Scout. I renamed it Dave, so it'll formally be known as Dave from now on. So we got the fuselage done. Now I'm going to do the wing. I'm just going to do the top side of the wing. I pretty much left the bottom of the wing standard, plus I got the ESCs in there. But I'm going to leave that the way it is. And we'll do just the top of the wing. Just use a regular brush. I don't know if you can see on the fuselage, but it does bring out the color and the black in it. And this brush holds a lot. So I'm just doing a coat. Guess I could have sanded it. You can hear the foam there. I'm just putting the coat. Attach the wing after this dries and then do the top. Let's seal this all off with foam from dollar store foam board. And then we'll do that too. But for now, I'm just doing the top of the wing here. The one thing I have noticed, it won't be a big deal with the wing here, is this stuff is really thin and it won't run. So when I was doing the fuselage, I was having to check it to make sure it wasn't running and keep going over it. Now it looks like it's all right. But it is thin, which I guess is good. I'm going to have a lot of this left over and I get to see what color this matte is. But I won't bore you with that too much longer. Both parts are coated. Got my lid kind of back on. I need to push that down a little bit. But it's still a little shiny. I'm going to let this sit. I don't see any drips or anything. It looks pretty good. And let it sit and see if that gloss comes off. This is supposed to be a dull or a matte finish. And I don't know what that is with this. Like I said, you don't have to use Minwax. You could use I used to like Varathane, but it's expensive. And you also got to, if you're putting it over paint that you painted, you got to figure out what medium. Like if you use acrylic paint, acrylic's water-based. And I don't think you'd want to put this on because it would probably make your paint run. You'd probably want to put a oil-based polyurethane on. But we're going to let this dry and see how it turns out. See if it stays glossy or it does a dull finish. So now we have Dave, the Conscendo Scout, finished. I got one coat of this stuff on the plane and I'm about ready to put the wing back on. Now I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised. I'm happy. I should have used this stuff sooner with the finish. I thought it was going to be dull, but if you can see, it did brighten up the colors. They were a flat color, now they're kind of a gloss color, and that's what this will do. And this is just one coat. I'm going to put the wing back on and give it another coat, but it looks decent. It's got a nice shine to it. And I do have another airplane that I want to put this stuff on now. A can like this. Um, I don't know how many planes you could do with it. Like 50 probably. But there's a lot in here, and this stuff goes on pretty thin. But I'm quite happy with it. But next is putting the wing back on and getting this thing ready to fly again. It's supposed to rain this weekend, but I'm hoping to get it as soon as we get clear skies, get this thing up in the air, and get it all tuned and everything. But that's polyacrylic Minwax, and the clear matte is actually the good one.